Good morning. Happy, happy Wednesday. Happy 4th of July, guys. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. I hope you're up and ready to go. If you have the day off, I hope that you enjoy. I hope that you are safe out there. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? We came on a little later this morning just because we knew it was the 4th and people may be sleeping in late. They may be resting. So I hope you guys got the notice that we were going to be on a little late instead of our regular 7:15. This morning, I'm waiting for my fearless co-host to come in today. While she's coming in, I hope you caught the show on yesterday. We talked about how you must first become conscious of your situation before you can do something about it, and then understand your predicament of what you're in so you can then commit to do something about it. So are you committed? What better day than today to be committed to that something? Then I'm waiting for you to send me that little clicky thing because it's not showing to add you on my end. As I'm waiting for my fearless co-host to come in. I hope you guys are going to have a 4th of July is just not, I don't celebrate it like I used to. For those that don't know, my father passed away on 4th of July. And so it just doesn't hold the same meaning. Well, I don't know. It never held the same meaning. Y'all know I'm an African-American history buff, so it's never had the same meaning. But, you know, growing up as a little kid, used to be all excited. Ooh, it's the 4th, and you're going to cook out. And now, hey, good morning, Angie. How are you? Angie, you need to help your girl out because I wanted purple hair for my birthday. And, you know, like every other person, I tried to do it myself. And I ended up with red hair instead of purple. And then you can't see it unless you in the sun. Well, I didn't know, because I'm not a professional, that it has to be lifted, whatever that means. So I want purple hair. And I left it on there forever. So I might need to come see you so you can make my dream come true. How about that? Because I want purple hair. Since I could not get the belly ring I wanted, I couldn't get the tattoo I wanted, I couldn't get the eyebrow piercing, and I could not get the nose ring, at least I can get the purple hair. Lynn, every time I hit approve, it's not an ad. Oh, but see, that's why you the professional. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. I used a whole, Garnier. I used a whole box of the violet purple. And I left it on there even, it said 25 minutes. I think I left it for like 30. The sink is purple. My floor is purple. The shirt was purple. My hair is not. So, at least I tried. That's the main thing, right? Lynn, why won't it let me add you? I'm trying to add my fearless co-host on here. I'm going to take that down and see if she can come in. But guys, I hope you are having an amazing day. Please be cool out there. Yeah, that's why I did good to do a box, because I used to be bald headed, and I'm trying to, as cousin Carl told me, I need to keep all of my hair, so I'm not trying to let all my hair fall out. So I did good to even try that. So at least I tried. That's the main thing. I'm gonna come see you when I come home to get my hair done. Hey, cousin Carl, I was just talking about you. And Lynn is actually traveling, so it says it's adding her. So hopefully we Lynn. Yeah, I
Hey,
knew you was out in the country.
yeah. Well, actually, we're not.
Oh,
We
really?
are. So let me turn this camera around so y'all can actually see where we are. We're actually not out in the country.
Oh,
We're
in the
in this
country.
Havenstone community. It's actually, if you guys know the Snellville, Georgia area, it's right over there by Webb House Gym Road. The Web Den used to be the Avenue Shopping Center where everyone goes. This is a nice community out here. We're actually over at the You see, I don't know if you guys can see the pool in the background. These are the courts. My husband's actually
Okay.
out here playing his opponent. They do this league play. So that's what they're doing this morning. And they decided to get out here super early so they can get their tennis on and in the
Because
coolness
before it get hot.
right before we get too far gone. But this community is so beautiful. I mean, it's a good thing when you have friends who are connected and lived in these places and can take you to so you can see different things.
Yes.
Um,
Yep.
it's amazing, especially inside of these gated communities. But anywho, we're here to have our confession and conversation this morning about why you should be investing and getting your life right, getting your finances in order. So let me turn this camera back around. My little mini me, he'll be over there in the background at this little playground. So I got to keep my eye on him, kind of, sort of, too, at the same time. And even though it's no one out here that's gonna mess with us, we just, it's never too
Hmm.
it's never okay to not pay attention, right?
I
Yeah.
got us a quote for today. Good
Okay.
morning, Mama.
Awesome sauce.
It says author unknown, but I like this little mantra. And if you need a little help, I think, well, I'm a fan for printing stuff off and posting it everywhere, so don't ask me. It says a great attitude becomes a great mood. A
Yes.
great mood becomes a great day. A great day becomes a great year, and a great year becomes a great life. It
Awesome.
all starts with your attitude, which is something I've said 1.5 million
Million
times.
times, right?
So, yeah, whoever this author is unknown, he agreed with me. So there
Yes.
you go.
Absolutely, absolutely, guys, and that's where it starts. It starts with you making that step. So yesterday we had an opportunity to go to the tax lien sale here in Gwinnett County. We were able to get two of the sales that we were interested in. We had about 6 on our list. However, it was just too hot yesterday for us to stay out there and play. And so as soon as we got our first two, I was like, babe, you ready to go? He was like, yeah, I think so. So we went ahead and wrapped it up so we can get those two taken care of. And I received a lot of questions from people about that process. So guys, if you're interested, I'm going to create a group just to share that with you. And what we'll be emphasizing, guys, is just the Gwinnett County information for now. Because, hey, that's where we live and that's where we have the most expertise, right? Because each county is different. There are different rules and regulations to this thing. Yes.
Do you see my mama?
Her new
He
house,
said,
yes, it will be. You know your baby, right? You know your baby because
I
that's
am
what she's
like,
gonna
if I
do.
could, y'all are on the stand now, but if I could show y'all, like I changed out my calendar, my kid was like, Ma, the amount of sticky notes you have is insane. I was like, and if you touch one of them, it's going to be on. I, like, for real, I clean up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I cleaned them up to 15. It
But
used to be like 35.
but you know what? I was so glad. You remember the show Being Mary Jane? I was
Yeah.
so glad when I saw her put those sticky notes all up on the wall, on the bedpost, and everything. I was like, okay, so I'm not the only one who does that.
Yeah.
Yes. So I mean, it's real and it really works. At least it works for me. So I'm just saying, and apparently it works for you too, JoJo, because you got them all over the place too, right?
I
But
mean, you cannot see yourself in my bathroom mirror, and I don't have sticky notes. I got full letter size paper, and don't even think about the refrigerator. You can forget that. And I passed it on to my children. They have sticky notes and paper on their wall. Let me tell you, that attitude, what you see is what you focus on. All right, go
absolutely.
ahead, Lee.
All right.
What's your thought for the day?
Yes, guys, a financial confession and conversation this morning, especially being in the environment that we're in, why people fail to become wealthy. So we started this conversation on yesterday, and we talked about the number one reason that people fail to become wealthy is you don't know what you want. And you can go back and listen to that video from yesterday where we actually went through the details of each of those components. But I just wanted to briefly reiterate those things again. Since it is the 4th of July, we're going to talk about getting your freedom. How do you get your freedom to go to your next, right?
Mm-hmm.
in your finances, guys, because where you put your intentions and your focus is where the growth eventually shows up. As long as you're being consistent, as long as you're relentless, as long as you know what your end goal is. So guys, you got to know what it is that you want on this journey. So make sure that you're setting it up in that way. And the thing that we also need to recognize, I talked about this too, guys, wealth is going to be a moving target. And why do I say that? It's always a moving target. Anyone who's followed us, and we've been going through this process, Jojo and I, we started going live back in November, right? We started out, we said, we're just going to go live for the month of November. We're just going to do, dock it out for those 30 days, and then we're going to be good. And then
And
after
it was for a
that,
whole different reason.
exactly. It was for a completely different reason. But you know what, guys? Just like I said, the target is going to change for your wealth. The target changes in different areas of your life, but you have to be intentional and you have to be moving in a direction to get to that place. So that's why ideally you have to know what you want and then recognize that it's a moving target. And when we started out, my initial goal was to have $100,000 for my baby to go to college, right? I said, we're going to have that $100,000 because we know six-figure student loan debt over here, right? Am I preaching to the choir?
Don't we know about
We
it, sister?
know, yes, we know six-figure student loan debt over here. And investing has been the opportunity, guys. Let me just be clear. Investing has been the opportunity that has allowed me to pay off the student loan debt. So I understand that. And that's another thing that I'm doing too, to also build for my son so he doesn't have to worry about that. So my goal for him, we started out was $100,000 in funds so that when he graduates, he can say, hey, baby, you can take this $100,000 and go to college, or you can take this $100,000 and start your own business. But when we went through and actually I looked at the numbers, I'm like, oh, we're going to surpass this $100,000 goal. So let's bump that up to $150,000 because even 10 years down the road, the cost is going to change. The cost of living, looking at that 3% inflation rate, right, which is essentially what has been occurring in the past. So looking at all those different opportunities, guys. So we're talking about the reasons people fail to become wealthy. The reasons people fail to become wealthy. Let me make sure I keep my eye on my little one, y'all. That's all. If you see me look away. The other thing, guys, that is very important that we need to recognize as individuals, as a people, as a community, we need to recognize that we fail to conduct our life like a business, right? We
Because
fail
we
to
don't
do
think
that.
of it like that.
We don't think of it in that way. And when you start to think about it like this, guys. If you are intentionally focused on the monies that have now come into your account and look at it from what's coming in and every single dollar that's going out, and have the correct order of operation. See, there's an order for everything that you need to be doing. And we've talked about this before in the way that the poor spend in comparison to the way that the rich spend their finances, right? The poor, they'll get their money, it's in our account. We pay our bills first, right? We do everything else we need to do. Then we think about saving. But the exact opposite occurs for the rich. Yeah, they manage their funds, but they invest first. They invest first, then they go back and spend accordingly. See, we have to have our order of operations right. We have to be intentionally focused on the way that we're now utilizing the funds that are currently available to us. And the beauty of that, guys, and I say this over and over and over, we can work. Yeah, we work, but we get tired. But your money, baby, it doesn't get tired. Your money can work for you 24/7 if you put it to work. See, a lot of us, we don't put our money to work, right? We don't put our money to work because we're focused on other things. We're focused on stuff. And I attended a conference this weekend, y'all. And I just want to reiterate this theme. And you're probably tired of me reiterating this, but it bears repeating. The theme was, are you being deliberate or are you living your life by default, y'all? Come on, somebody. Are you being deliberate in your actions as it relates to your finances, as it relates to your money working for you, or are you living by default? You're simply going through the day-to-day. You're simply going through the minutia. You just develop these habits and situations and circumstances, and you're just going through the process, right? Not even paying attention to it. And oftentimes we get in those ruts. I can tell you countless times I've been driving on the interstate, and I'll come to myself at one point, and I've gone across a bridge, and I'm like, when did I get
I
across that
talked
bridge?
about that.
When did
Remember
I?
your daily habits.
Right. When did I get across that bridge? I don't remember driving across the bridge, but I know that I'm on the other side. See, we don't pay attention to everything intentionally in the way that we should. So guys, we need to be more focused. We have to be relentless in the opportunities that are placed before us. That's why you say, Lynn, you harp on this point a lot. Yes, I do, guys, because it is extremely important. We must learn. I'm sorry, guys. We must learn to make our money, keep our money, and grow our money. You work hard for everybody else and everything else in your life. Why are you not allowing your money to work as hard as you do for you? Right? And when I
That's
talk
right.
about allowing your money to work as hard for you guys, we're simply talking about allowing your money to invest in the places where you can invest it. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, y'all. They're getting started over here. I saw my husband out there winning a point, so I had to go over there real quick so I can actually see what was going on. All right. I got distracted. See, that's another thing, y'all. We got to stop the distractions. You see that? You see how quickly I got distracted? We can get distracted in our finances in the same way. But until you have that goal and know exactly what it is that you want, right? Then you will be relentless, right, baby? My baby's looking at me like, yeah, mama, you tell him. Yeah. Okay. I will later, okay? Sorry, y'all. But yeah, guys, you just have to be relentless. And the other thing that I say, the reason that we oftentimes people are not getting wealthy is you allow other people's thoughts to affect your implementation. You allow what other people think. They say, oh, well, that's not going to work. I tried that before. Well, baby, just because you tried it and it didn't work, you're not me, right? And just because you think that it's not going to work, that's fine. That's you. But
Oh, and they get stuck.
don't allow somebody else's thoughts about what you can and cannot do dictate how you move forward in your life, in your finances, in your relationships, guys. And also the other thing, guys, when we talk about being wealthy, you're not really wealthy unless you're wealthy in all areas. And I have these areas written down. You have to be wealthy emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially. Did you hear that part? Let me say that again. You must be wealthy emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially. All of these things come into play. And if you don't get it together in all of those areas in your life, guys, then things are going to start falling apart. So you have to be focused. And I said, God, you got to be deliberate, right?
Have to
In
be.
this process.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be. You must be. It is a non-negotiable for you. So guys, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Hello, everyone. Don't forget to share this video out. We're talking about getting your freedom today on this 4th of July, getting your freedom and figuring out those reasons that you're not getting wealthy, and start to pursue that, because what you focus on is what shows up for you. And don't forget,
That's right.
guys, your words have power too. So start speaking the right words over your life. And not only speaking it, because you can't just talk about it. Don't just talk about it, be about it. Remember that saying from when we were kids? Don't just talk about it, be about it. Even though we were talking about fighting. But you know what I'm talking about. It's, you in a fight now. You fight for your life. You fight for your finances. You fight for your family. You fight for your community. You fight to go to your next. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Risa, for sharing this, guys, because it is ultimately up to us. We must be relentless in this process, y'all.
Then when is your I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What's your question?
I was going to post your Bitly. Is it 7-day prep investing? Is that the one you want to use, or
It,
talk to Lynn?
it is. We can use both of those. Some people need to talk to me, and some people ready to go ahead and get in the course. So it depends upon where you are and what your thoughts are as far as where you want to be. If you need to talk to me so we can get this path going, then you go to bit.ly/talk to Lynn. But if you're ready to get this thing started, you want a 7-day course that'll be delivered to your email account, then you go to bit.ly, bit.ly/7-day prep investing, so that you can receive that information in your inbox, guys, because there's no reason for the excuses. And excuses don't get you results. So if you're ready to get some results, guys, you got to put in the work. But the thing about this, guys, is it's not that difficult. It's easier than it seems once you know the terminology. It's just like being back in biology class and you say, oh, here she go with the science again. But it is. If I tell you that we're going to be talking about gel electrophoresis, and you'll be like, what the heck, what the ham sandwich are you talking about, Lynn? Right? But when I say and actually break it down, that it's going to actually look at the DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, it's going to look at the different parts of your genetics that make you up. What tells you your hair color, your eye color, your height, all those things, right? That you must be intentional. You must be intentional in each of those components, learning what you need to learn to move forward. And yes, that's right, Risa. You're learning this firsthand, guys. You got to move on to your next, but it's ultimately up to you. You must have your mindset in the correct place so that you can go to your next. We're talking about leveling up, ladies, right? Let's level up, go to our next. All right, guys. While JoJo is coming on next, I am going to be walking around this property so y'all can actually see it. Not to say don't pay attention to what she's saying. I just need y'all to see Havenstone. All right. So I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach, guys. And I'm passing it over to my co-host, Miss JoJo, the only Live Past Crazy specialist.
That's right. I am the only Live Past Crazy specialist. And a lot of people always ask, why, JoJo, do you call yourself that? Because I know crazy better than anybody else. And if there's ever any doubt or any question on why I live crazy, why I know crazy, please make sure if you've not read any of my books that you go out and do so. You can find them on Amazon. But I am the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So today, the philosophy for the day is, I want you to have, because it's the 4th of July, freedom from the crazy in your life. Lynn talked about something a few minutes ago, how she crossed the bridge and didn't pay it any attention, how she got there. And I did a whole show on how your daily habits is taking away your free will, because your mind and your brain are so ingrained and tuned to fine tune your life to make it easier for you, that your daily habits you can do, and your body doesn't need you to participate. Eventually your brain doesn't need you to participate. It does everything it knows you wants to do without even asking you. So you get up, you wash your face, brush your teeth, go to work, come home, take care of the kids, watch TV, go to bed. And so you do the same routine, so your body doesn't mind being on autopilot. That's why you get home from work some days and have no idea how you got there. Or you do if you're in a routine job, you do your work and there's no creativity and there's no thought behind it, and you do it without even thinking about it. So when you start to change, when you start to think differently, your brain is really upset with you. It's like, wait a minute, we don't know this routine. We know wake up, brush our teeth, wash our face, go to work, take care of kids, come home, fix dinner, go to sleep, watch TV. That's what we know. We don't know that we're going to do something different, that we're going to start investing, we're going to start living past crazy. So when you start to change your mind, when you start to get your freedom of thought, it is going to be a challenge, because remember, change equals challenge. It's going to be a challenge because you're doing something totally different, but you need that freedom from crazy. So what does freedom from crazy look like? It looks like whatever it is that you want it to be. For me, freedom was being able to get up, do what I want to do with my children, and it's the small things for those that don't know. So my abuser, I was allowed to take a bath once a day, eat once a day, wasn't allowed to see my family, talk to my friends. So that's freedom to me, is to be able to call my mama whenever I want to, because I wasn't allowed to. It's being able to kiss and hug on my children whenever I want to, because I wasn't allowed to. And it's the simple things that you take for granted because crazy has taken over your life so much that you're not enjoying life anymore. You are just living in crazy. Now, crazy doesn't have to be an abusive marriage or a partner. Crazy can be The fact that you wear 10,000 hats, you're a mama. In most cases, you're a daddy. You're taking care of kids. You're paying all the bills. You're working a job. You got a second job. You're doing all the things that your family needs you to do. And life is insane, and you have no time for yourself. So when somebody says, "Hey, JoJo, Lynn, what do you like to do?" and you don't know the answer to that, you may just be living in crazy. So today on 4th of July, I want you to have freedom for your crazy. Even though my birthday has passed, it was Friday, I am still giving away my reading list for free. Make sure you go to bit.ly Faith Fist. And those are the books that I have that I read to help me get past crazy. And some of those books I've recently read, because just because you get past crazy once doesn't mean it may not try to show its ugly head at some point. So I will add to this list as I go. And of course, all the Be Fearless products are on sale over there in celebration of my 43rd birthday. But guys, we've got to have some freedom in our minds, in our thoughts over all of this crazy that's going on. Because if you can't have peace of mind, then what can you have? And here's the thing, when crazy becomes so overwhelming and you start substituting other things to justify, oh, I'm just going to have this drink because you know what, my life is so crazy, I need this. I'm just going to eat this dessert or this food because my life is so crazy, I deserve this. Well, I'm just going to buy this phone. Well, I'm just going to do this. You're masking what you really need to address. And so if you keep masking it, the crazy is going to continue and continue and continue. It's never going to go away. And
Right.
remember, you're passing your habits down to your children every day. They're watching you, whether you think they're watching or not. They're paying attention. So what habits are you passing down to your children? Be intentional about living past crazy. All right, guys, that
Absolutely.
is it for the Fearless Thought for today. We appreciate everybody for joining the Fearless Morning Show and for coming on at 8:15 this morning. I'm so excited. This is a little later than we are normally on, so that's good. Don't forget to share the video. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, that's our YouTube page right there. We have over 115 videos there now so that you can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Lynn, you want to say anything as we close out this morning?
Well, I just wanted to reiterate one point that you made about ensuring that you're intentional as far as what you're teaching your children and sharing with your children. Guys, it's very important as we move along on this financial journey, on this journey in our lives in general, that we are intentionally focused on how we do that. And that's one of the reasons that I've also written the book, Raising a Financial Genius, guys. What are those things that we can now do and teach our children so that they don't have to make those same money mistakes that we make? Do you know, guys, that your child can start investing now? Warren Buffett did his first investment in stocks at 11 years old. My baby, Malachi Reed Dimmons, has his first stock investments. Actually, he had his first investments before he was born, but the ones that he knows about because he worked in and he chose them. He did at 7 years old through Stockpile. He chose Disney and Minecraft, and Disney stock has been going up. My baby chose well. I'm just saying, guys, it's things that you can do, things that you can teach your children now that are going to help them to get to their next. And that's what we're doing over here. It's about being intentional in these conversations, in our actions, guys, so that we're implementing and doing things on purpose, being
And
deliberate.
it's not as hard as we
Yes,
think it is.
yes,
It's really, if you stop and just be quiet and be still
yes,
and follow the steps. And that's what Lynn and I are intentional about, saying this is step one and
yes,
this is step two.
yes.
And then it makes it a lot easier to get to your goal when you have your blueprints laid out for you.
Absolutely. Definitely, guys. So we thank you so much for joining us. As we say every day, your time is your most precious commodity, and you took time out to spend that with us, and you can't get that time back. So we truly appreciate you for being here. Don't forget to share this video, guys, because it's about sharing and being intentional. Little one just want to be on the camera for a second. It's about being intentional. Yep, that's my little financial genius right there, because he's going all the way. I claim millionaire. That's my billionaire right there, y'all. It's already
Amen.
done, right? Name it, claim it. That's what we're saying. Again,
Amen.
guys, thank you so much for joining us. And we're about to get out of here because Daddy over there playing tennis and Then we got some grilling stuff to go do. So peace, y'all.
That's right. You know, Lynn gonna get her eat on. Let me tell you something. If y'all don't understand anything, that Lynn dinner is gonna eat, honey.
Girl.
At all costs. She looked at me. I was like, Lynn, I don't know. She was like, what? We not eating? Oh no, we gonna eat.
Right, absolutely. Don't play with me and my food now, right? Don't
That is
play.
true. All right, and then Lynn, one last thing. Hey, Malachi, one last thing is that when you said naming and claiming, in that claiming is action. You got to
Yes.
do the work to claim it. You got
Right.
to go somewhere and pick up whatever is yours. That means you got to do the work. So if you call yourself naming and claiming, oh gee, I'm gonna take back what the devil stole from me, and you know all these catchphrases, please understand every last one of them requires an action and a mindset to do so. Because if you go get it,
Right.
and your mind ain't right, your
Right.
mindset is not right, you're gonna lose it as
Every
fast as you
time.
got it. Can I
Every
say I'm a
time.
living witness, A to the man?
Right.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So guys, make sure your intention is right, your mindset is right when you go out here to do that. All right, guys, have a great 4th. Please be safe out there. We will see you here bright and early tomorrow morning at 7:15. We hope you guys have an amazing day. And you know, I'm always up for a cookout. I like potato salad. You know, I'm not the meat kind of person, but I get the potato salad. And Angie was on. I'm trying me some carrot dogs today. So I'm gonna be donut. Lynn, you're not gonna eat it, so just don't even. It's carrots that you make into a hot dog. You boil them with some liquid smoke. And I think they're going to be really okay, Lynn. Listen, I'll leave the meat eating to you. Lynn was like, blasphemy. You forgot.
Girl, just put some ranch dressing on the carrot and go on about your business. Get a beef hot dog, please. Put it on the grill and go enjoy yourself. Talking about a carrot hot dog. Get out of here, really? Girl.
That's what I'm going to have today. But yeah, I'm all for sweet stuff. Anybody who invite me to their cookout, I sure like some red velvet cakes, a little cheesecake, a little pound cake.
Okay.
You know, somebody, mama, is cooking it up today. All right, guys. I hope you have an amazing day, Lynn. Y'all have fun, and we'll see you here bright and early in the morning. Have a good one.
All right. Signing off, guys.